Chinese automaker BYD is zipping ahead in the global race to make cheaper electric vehicles.
The CEO of BYD, one of the biggest names in electric cars, just dropped some exciting news. They're rolling out brand new all-solid-state batteries. Imagine plugging in your car and having it fully charged in just 10 minutes. Crazy, right? It might sound like something from a sci-fi movie, but this is real, game-changing tech. These batteries promise super long driving ranges and lightning-fast charging, making electric vehicles, EVs, better than ever. BYD is shaking up the world of green transportation, and it's got us wondering, what's next for EVs, and how will this change things for drivers everywhere? Plus, why is BYD making this big switch? As we dive deeper into this topic, hit that subscribe button so you're the first to catch all the latest updates. Before we explain why BYD is going all in on these new batteries, let's break down what all-solid-state batteries even are. Most batteries we use today, like in your phone, laptop, or electric car, are called lithium-ion batteries. Inside them, there's a liquid called an electrolyte that helps the energy flow around. Think of it like a tiny energy highway. Now, those liquid electrolytes in regular batteries, they can be a little risky. If the battery gets too hot, that liquid might catch fire or even explode. Yikes! That's where all solid-state batteries come in. Instead of a liquid, they use a solid material to move the energy around. No liquid, no fire hazard. Simple as that. It's a safer way to keep the battery doing its job. And it's not just about safety. BYD is switching to these solid-state batteries because they're better in tons of ways. They're safer, sure, but they're also more efficient than the usual lithium-ion batteries we've been using. Here's the catch. Making these solid-state batteries isn't easy. They need super-controlled conditions, like a high-tech clean room, and right now, the process takes a lot of work compared to whipping up traditional batteries. But BYD thinks it's worth it. So, why the big switch? Traditional batteries, with their liquid electrolytes, can overheat or spark trouble. Solid-state batteries swap that liquid for a solid, making them way safer and better at holding energy. BYD believes this upgrade will turbocharge electric vehicles, EEVs, and other gadgets that rely on batteries. But there's more. These solid-state batteries are like superheroes of efficiency. They can pack more energy into the same space, something called higher energy density. What does that mean for you? Cars that can go way farther on a single charge. We're talking hundreds of miles, perfect for road trips without the stress of running out of juice. Charging time is where all solid-state batteries really steal the show. Old-school batteries can take hours to juice up. Super annoying, right? But these new solid-state batteries, they can charge in about 10 minutes, almost as fast as filling up a gas tank. That means less waiting around at charging stations and more time cruising down the road. For everyday drivers, this makes electric vehicles, EVs, way more convenient. But wait, there's more. Beyond safety and efficiency, these batteries are unlocking cool possibilities for other gadgets. Imagine drones that are lighter and can fly farther, or smartphones that last longer and charge in a flash. Yep, solid-state tech could be the next big thing for your phone battery too. Even renewable energy, like solar and wind power, gets a boost. These batteries can store more energy and release it when we need it, making green energy more dependable. BYD's big switch to solid-state batteries shows they're all about pushing innovation and building a greener future. They want to lead the EV pack, outsmart the competition, and make electric cars safer, faster, and more practical. Here's the big picture. These batteries could convince more people to ditch gas-guzzling cars for EVs. That's a win for cutting carbon emissions and fighting climate change. But hold up. Amazing as they are, solid-state batteries have some hurdles to clear. Stick around to find out what's standing in their way. Now, about those challenges, all solid-state batteries are a total game-changer for storing energy. But they're not perfect yet. Every cool new tech has its quirks, and these batteries are no exception. One major roadblock: cost. Making them is a lot pricier than churning out the regular batteries we're used to. Compared to regular lithium-ion batteries, all solid-state batteries are trickier and pricier to make. The stuff they need, like solid electrolytes, costs a lot and isn't easy to find. But here's the cool part: that solid electrolyte makes them way safer and could boost their performance big time. That's not all the challenges, though. Making these batteries on a huge scale takes fancy equipment and special processes, which jacks up the price even more. That high cost makes it tough for companies to sell them at prices people can afford. Scientists and experts are hustling to find cheaper materials and smarter ways to build them. Cutting costs is their top mission. Another big hurdle? Scaling up. Right now, most solid-state batteries are whipped up in labs or small setups. Making a handful is no sweat, but cranking out millions for the world? That's a whole different beast. It's not just about building giant factories. It's about perfecting the process so every battery comes out top-notch. Until they crack that, these batteries won't be popping up everywhere. Then there's the wear and tear problem. These batteries pack a ton of energy, but they don't always last forever. Every time you charge and use them, tiny cracks can sneak into the solid electrolyte. Over time, those cracks mess with how well the battery works, slowing it down. Researchers are on the case, hunting for tougher materials that can handle the grind without breaking. Oh, and one more techie snag: internal resistance. Unlike liquid electrolytes that flow smoothly, solid ones can have trouble connecting perfectly with the battery's other parts, like the electrodes. That can make energy move slower and less efficiently. It's like a traffic jam inside the battery. Scientists are tinkering with new designs and materials to fix that internal traffic jam in solid-state batteries, making energy flow smoother and faster. But the challenges don't stop there. Temperature is another tricky spot. These batteries love the heat. They work best when it's toasty. Trouble is, that's not so great for real life. In chilly places, their efficiency can tank, leaving you with a less reliable battery. That's a big deal for things like electric vehicles, EVs, where you need power you can count on no matter the weather. Engineers are racing to cook up solid electrolytes and battery setups that can handle everything from freezing winters to scorching summers. Oh, and here's a catch. Making them work often means cranking up the heat and pressure during production, which makes the whole process pricier. Then there's the people problem: getting everyone on board. Experts see how awesome these batteries are, but regular folks and businesses? They're not so sure yet. The high cost, questions about reliability, and just not knowing much about the tech can make people hesitant. Companies like BYD have to prove these batteries are worth it. Think less upkeep and top-notch safety to win over hearts and wallets. Even with all these hurdles, BYD is charging ahead, weaving solid-state batteries into its big plans. So, how do these batteries fit into BYD's story? Let's dig into that. How solid-state batteries boost BYD's legacy of innovation. BYD is all about shaking things up. They're always dreaming up ways to make better products, help the planet, and bring cutting-edge tech to everyone. All solid-state batteries are their latest superstar move. a game changer that could cement BYD as a leader in green transportation and energy. One big way these batteries shine: safety. In the world of batteries and EVs, safety's a hot topic. Regular lithium-ion batteries, used everywhere, can overheat or even catch fire. Scary stuff. BYD's already tackled that with their Blade battery, which slashes fire risks. Now, with solid-state batteries, they're leveling up again. By swapping out the risky liquid electrolytes for solid ones, they're kicking short circuits and meltdowns to the curb. Safety just got a major upgrade. These all-solid-state batteries are a total game-changer for electric vehicles, EVs, especially when it comes to safety, something drivers and regulators care a lot about. Plus, like we talked about before, they pack way more energy into the same space. BYD's all about smart, efficient energy, and these batteries fit that vibe perfectly. Compared to regular batteries, they can hold more juice without taking up extra room. Picture this. Some of these batteries could push EV ranges past 600 miles. That's a huge leap from what lithium-ion batteries can do today. BYD's jumping on this tech to tackle range anxiety, that worry about running out of power on a long drive. With longer ranges, EVs feel more doable and exciting, pulling in more people to ditch gas cars for electric ones. And guess what? BYD's leading the pack. No one's pumping out more than them. Note, I assume Biden was a typo for BYD here. But there's more. These batteries don't just go farther, they charge faster too. Right now, charging an EV can take hours, which is a hassle. With solid-state batteries, though, you could be fully charged in just 10 minutes, almost as quick as filling up a gas tank. BYD's all about making life easier for drivers, and this tech knocks down one of the biggest reasons people hesitate to switch to EVs. On top of that, these batteries help BYD keep its green streak alive. Sustainability's at the heart of what they do, and solid-state batteries fit right in. They're more efficient and last longer, so you don't need to make or replace them as often. Plus, they could cut down on using stuff like cobalt, which can be rough on the planet and people when it's mined. By finding cleaner options, BYD's shrinking its eco-footprint and showing the industry how to go greener. And here's the kicker. These batteries aren't just for cars. Sure, they're a big deal for EVs, but their versatility opens doors way beyond that. BYD isn't just a champ with electric vehicles, they're also big shots in renewable energy. These all-solid-state batteries can store power from solar panels and wind turbines way more efficiently. And they're not stopping there. Think drones, smartphones, even medical gadgets. BYD's plugging this tech into all kinds of cool stuff. By spreading it across different industries, they're shaping the future of energy in a big way. These batteries also help BYD tackle the global push to cut carbon emissions. With governments cracking down on pollution, car makers have to step up. BYD's always been a step ahead. And with solid-state batteries, they're not just meeting the rules, they're smashing them. Their vehicles get more efficient, reliable, and planet-friendly, helping countries switch to cleaner energy vibes. That's BYD's big dream, a greener world through awesome tech. Plus, rolling out these batteries proves BYD's a total trendsetter. As one of the first big players to jump on this, they're showing everyone else how it's done. Other companies peek at BYD for ideas, and if these batteries take off, the whole industry might follow their lead. Talk about setting the pace. Looking at all these wild changes in the car world, we're definitely in for an exciting ride. Traditional engines and electric vehicles are both leveling up, each with their own perks. Some say these fancy new engines might even outshine EVs one day, mixing old-school convenience with eco-friendly vibes. Others are all in on EVs as the future. So, which team are you rooting for? That wraps up this video. Now, let's switch gears. XPeng Motors just made history. Flying cars? Yep, they're real now. Something straight out of a sci-fi flick is actually happening, thanks to China. They've unleashed the world's first flying car. Not just a crazy idea, but a legit working machine. How cool is that? This has been in the works for over a decade. Turns out, the dream's even older than we thought. Let that soak in for a sec. This isn't just another car or cool gadget. We're on the edge of something huge, a total game changer for how we get around, live, and even think about travel. And it's kicking off in China right now. So why is this such a big deal? Think about it. We've all been stuck in traffic, wasting hours crawling along, trapped in a system that's barely budged in forever. Roads are jammed, cities are sprawling, and we're spending way too much time just trying to get somewhere. But imagine if you could ditch all that. What if you could lift off, soar above the mess, and zip to your destination hassle-free? That's the magic of China's new flying car. It's about to flip everything upside down. So, who's the genius behind this wild leap? Before we unveil the mind-blowing flying car itself, let's zoom into XPeng Motors and how they brought the XPeng X2 to life. XPeng Motors is shaking up the transportation world big time. They've cooked up the X2, a battery-powered flying machine called an eVTOL that can take off and land straight up and down. No runway needed. XPeng is all about pushing the boundaries with electric vehicles and super smart tech. They're leading the pack toward a cleaner, brainier future. Tech is their superpower. XPeng stuffs their rides with the latest innovations, making them stand out in the crowded EV scene. The company kicked off back in 2014 in Guangzhou, China, dreamed up by He Xiaopeng, a big shot from Alibaba, and Henry Xia, a top dog from GAC Group, plus a crew of tech-savvy entrepreneurs. Their goal? Build electric vehicles that are kind to the planet and loaded with cutting-edge smarts. With their tech know-how and love for cars, XPeng's founders set out to shake up the auto world. And boy, are they delivering. Under their bold leadership, XPeng Motors has zoomed into the spotlight, not just as a big name in electric vehicles, EVs, but now as trailblazers in the flying car game, too. This isn't just about building cars, it's about dreaming up a whole new way to get around. XPeng's bosses are always pushing the limits, diving into fresh tech, and shaking things up to bring us jaw-dropping stuff like the XPeng X2. From day one, XPeng set out to make electric vehicles that could go toe-to-toe with gas-powered cars and win over tons of drivers. Their secret sauce? Mixing eco-friendly vibes with awesome mobility. They pack their rides with slick designs, top-notch performance, and tech that feels like the future. What makes XPeng special is their obsession with cutting-edge tech. They pour tons of energy into research and development to keep their vehicles ahead of the pack. Back in 2018, they rolled out their first big hit, the XPeng G3, a smart electric SUV. It came loaded with a giant touchscreen, driver assist tricks, and even updates that beam right to the car. No mechanic needed. It was proof EVs could be practical and fun. As XPeng started turning heads, they didn't stop there. Next up was the XPeng P7, a sleek electric sedan that solidified their rep as EV champs. Their cars come with all the bells and whistles, self-driving smarts, easy navigation, and huge digital screens. And the coolest part? The P7's autonomous driving features like it's practically driving itself. XPeng's a leader in self-driving tech, no question. Their vehicles have fancy driver assist systems with things like adaptive cruise control, lane-keeping help, and emergency braking that kicks in when you need it. Using cameras, sensors, and some serious AI, these cars help you roll down the road safer and smoother. Plus, they get over-the-air updates. Think of it like your phone getting better after you buy it. New features and upgrades, just like that. As XPeng kept growing, they didn't stay put in China. They're now making waves all over the world. XPeng Motors isn't just sticking to China anymore. They're taking on the world. They've rolled into places like Europe and the United States, showing they're serious about being a global EV powerhouse. Their game plan? Bring awesome products that people actually want. That's why they've launched the P7 and G9, super competitive rides they think Europeans will love. And they're not stopping there. Next year, they're planning to drop even newer, next-level stuff for European drivers. Back in 2020, XPeng kicked things off in Europe with the G3 SUV in Norway. Since then, they've been spreading out, bringing their slick electric vehicles to more countries. But they're not done dreaming big. They've got their sights set on the US too. Breaking into America is a huge move toward their goal of going global. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. Beyond their awesome EVs, XPeng Motors is soaring into the future with flying cars through their offshoot, XPeng Aero. This crew is all about sky-high tech and gave us the XPeng X2, a real-deal flying car. Their mission? Build something that's as easy as driving a car, but lets you take flight whenever you want. The XPeng X2 takes things to new heights with crazy cool features like electric power, self-flying smarts, and sleek aerodynamics. It's a massive leap for getting around, and XPeng Aero is setting the bar sky-high in the flying car world. Yep, this thing is zipping through the air. It's literally a car with wings. Looking ahead, XPeng's all about keeping the innovation train rolling. With their focus on tech, green vibes, and going global, they're in a sweet spot to shape how we'll travel tomorrow. By teaming up with tech wizards, researchers, and industry pros, XPeng's staying ahead of the curve and driving the future, on the road and in the sky. XPeng's teaming up with all kinds of smart folks, tech companies, researchers, you name it, to cook up cool new stuff, like the XPeng X2 flying car. But what is this XPeng X2, and how does it actually work? Buckle up, because we're about to break it down and show you why it's about to flip transportation on its head. Welcome to the flying car era. The XPeng X2 is a super sleek, high-tech ride that's like a car and a plane had a baby. It drives on the road like any car, but then, bam! It can take off straight up into the air and soar above all the traffic jams. This isn't just a wild idea or a test model. It's a real, working flying car that's turning heads worldwide. Built by XPeng Aero, part of the XPeng Motors family, the X2 is a giant leap forward for both car and flying tech. So, what's it look like? The X2 is about 17 feet long, 16 feet wide, and 4.5 feet tall. It weighs around 1,500 pounds and can carry an extra 350 pounds. With its small size and slick design, it's more like a high-tech drone than your typical car, but way cooler. The XPeng X2 isn't just a fun toy. It's a sneak peek at how we might all get around in the future. On the ground, it's a smooth, stylish car that cruises city streets and highways with ease. Its wheels are built to tackle all kinds of roads, giving you a comfy ride. XPeng's all about zero-emission travel, helping cut down on pollution, and this is one awesome way to do it. But here's where it gets wild. When you're ready to fly, just hit a button or let its smart system take over. The X2's propellers pop out, and up it goes, straight into the sky. No need for a runway or big open space. It lifts off vertically, hovers, and glides above the chaos below. Stuck in traffic? Not anymore. This double-duty design, driving and flying, makes the X2 totally unique. It's not just a car with wings tacked on. It's a legit vehicle that switches modes like a superhero changing costumes. That's what makes it a real option for everyday life. And we're just getting warmed up. One of the X2's coolest tricks is its vertical takeoff and landing VTOL tech. Forget long runways like regular planes need. This baby can pop up and down wherever you are. Inside the XPeng X2, it's all about comfort and style. You've got cozy seats and a super easy control system that makes driving or flying feel like a breeze. The cockpit isn't just practical, it looks awesome too. So whether you're on the road or in the air, you're in for a good time. What's really cool? The X2 is made with cutting-edge materials that make it tougher and perform better. How wild are these new ideas shaking up the world? We want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more cool stuff. Plus, check out the video popping up on your screen. You're gonna love it.